promised, going over Ezra part 3 today. I have one friend here, and then number 2. Hello, number 2. Oh. Watch what's about to happen. You get a little, oh, sweet. Ezra part 3. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Oh, watch out. Okay, Ezra part 3. Getting into here are quotes. I just inserted this one. All good moral philosophy is but a handmaid to religion. Okay, this is by Francis Bacon, 1561 to 1626. And this is really just generally touching on the religion has in a positive way, okay, for being a positive motivator, a positive reinforcer, okay, equally, scratch that, it's important, right, but not equal to religion, as this quote is stating here, okay, it is but a handmaid to religion. The impact that religion has to make changes, to enforce policy or loosen up on policy, right? The impact that religion has, right, that is the greatest you can get, really, when it comes to talking about morals in general, right? Just moral philosophy in itself is but a handmaid to religion. The impact that it has will be probably the last time that I say that throughout this quote here, when we're talking about impact. All right, I digress. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and get right into Ezra part 3, starting out with chapter 5 here. And we're talking about, yes, the don't want to use it again, but the change that religion brings and the power that it has when talking about ruling nations, as we often do here in the Bible. Okay. Beginning, we have Now Haggai, the prophet, and Zechariah, the prophet, descendant of Iddo, prophesied to the Jews in Judah and Jerusalem in the name of God of Israel, who was over them. Okay, then Zerubbabel, son of Shealtiel, and Joshua, son of Jozadak, set to work to rebuild the house of God in Jerusalem, and the prophets of God were with them. So here we go. We are resuming. It seems like right where we left off, we said they had stopped and they had halted, they had been frustrated, but they are resuming, not without issue and not without conflict, because of course the people around them were still coming to them. They were asking them questions, right? To what authority do you have to be here and to build this temple of this nation that was destroyed? You know, who are you? just our forefathers were the ones who actually built this originally, and they clarify this here. But it says, but the eye of their God was watching over them, watching over the elders of the Jews, and they were not stopped until a report could go to King Darius. So we have these, I don't know if you want to call them, I think they were called governors, the governors of the Trans-Euphrates. They were the ones asking the questions, and they said, okay, well, let's go ahead and get a final verdict from King Darius. So they compiled this report to send back to him. They told King Darius of all the progress they were making, how they were almost in completion, they were almost done doing what they needed to do. They had large stones and lots of lumber. They were doing good, sturdy work here. But I'll just read this short portion of the report. It says, the report they sent him read as follows. To King Darius, cordial greetings. We questioned the elders and asked them, who authorized you to rebuild this temple and to finish it? This is the answer they gave us. We are the servants of God of heaven and earth, and we are rebuilding the temple that was built many years ago, one that a great king built and finished. So again, the power of religion, right? But we should also think about the power of God, because it was not really that they followed any one specific religion. It's really they're just following the clear and direct instruction of God, right? Prophesied to them by the prophets. They had many prophets to go ahead and ask questions and get answers and get sure answers. So this was a very important thing for them, okay? Obviously, to be able to ask and to receive the answers by the power of God. All right, I digress. I got a little distracted. Okay. So the report continued. Now, if it pleases the king, let a search be made in the royal archives of Babylon to see if King Cyrus did in fact issue a decree to rebuild the house of God in Jerusalem. So this is the finishing of that report. They said, the Israelites are claiming that King Cyrus gave them the command and the decree to go ahead and do this. And that's what they're going to start their research on, and they actually do have to go down into the archives to find this decree, and they go ahead, and King Darius actually goes ahead and publishes it, and it reminds everybody, yes, these people are supposed to be here doing what they're doing, now leave them alone. So Darius's response in memorandum of King Cyrus, using his words from the decree, says, "Do not interfere with the work of this temple of God. Let the governor of the Jews and the Jewish elders rebuild the house of God on its site. I, Darius, have decreed it. Let it be carried out with diligence." So this was a good move on Darius. We did have a little bit of teeter-tottering, a little bit of confusion, right? That prophetic spark was lost with the transformation of the kingdom, or the new line of kings, right? So the spark was lost. They had to dig in the archives, and there was actually, if you look in chapter 6, there's quite a warning, okay? Anyone that were to interfere with the temple building, they would get severely punished. If you want to check that out, it's in there, but I put the most basic and clear kind instructions for you here. Kitten, hold on. Okay. It says here, let me grab him because he's crying. Kitten. Oh, is that you, baby? Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Daddy let you outside and you want to come back. Alright. So, they are continuing, right? No interruptions. Then the people of Israel, the priests, the Levites, and the rest of the exiles celebrated the dedication of the house of God with joy. For the dedication of this house of God, they offered 100 bulls, 200 rams, 400 male lambs, and a sin offering for all Israel, 12 male goats, one for each tribe of Israel. So they do a great celebration, all right, and then they actually do a Passover feast after this as well. And this was the finishing of the temple. They actually finished it during this time. But again, there's that little confusion, so we're going to just go ahead and ignore the completion, because obviously there was still, I shouldn't say that, celebrate the completion of the temple, but there was still work to be done in Judah and building up and around Judah and Jerusalem as well. Okay, so after these things, during the reign of Artaxerxes, king of Persia, Ezra, son of Seraiah, the son of Azariah, the son of Hilkiah, the son of Shalom, the son of Zadok, the son of Ahitub, the son of Amariah, the son of Azariah, the son of Miriath, the son of Zariah, the son of Uzi, the son of Buki, the son of Abishua, the son of Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the chief priest. This Ezra came up from Babylon. What an introduction. Okay, you guys, aren't you glad that we made that chart together and we traced all the way up from the line of Aaron all the way down? Ezra's has to be in there somewhere, because we do remember reading all of these names and they should be sounding familiar to you. Yes, we are talking about that Ezra, okay? He was a teacher, well versed in the law of Moses, which the Lord of the God of Israel had given. The king granted him everything he asked, for the hand of the Lord his God was on him. Some of the Israelites, including the priests, Levites, musicians, gatekeepers, and temple servants, also came up to Jerusalem in the 7th year of King Artaxerxes. Okay? Gosh, I just feel like a whole bunch is happening right now. God bless you guys. Alright, this is happening. We have the introduction of Ezra right now. All right, we know he's a prophet, a teacher, and he is spoiled by the king because the Lord God is permitting this, and he's supplying the king with this great wealth, and he's therefore supplying Ezra with this great wealth. And the king loves God, and Ezra loves God, and everybody is happy. They are moving back down into Jerusalem, and we'll see what comes of Ezra, right? Let's see what happens. It sounds promising with that introduction. How could you go wrong? Prayer time, you guys. God bless you. I will talk to you later. Thank you so much for listening. Bye-bye.